behind me.
On the
What
left,
the
on the
fuck,
right.
dude?
Oh!
Me, I'm almost. Nice.
On me. You got the spec on me though? Oh! Oh my.
Hunters like you blaze a path for the rest of us. Enemy team has no reserve.
Almost, you know what I mean?
I don't think they'll change it.
One opponent stands. Double down. Three down.
What do you...
Hey guys, today I have a video on the Hunter Stasis subclass and why I think it is the most agile subclass in the game right now and is incredibly mobile with Shatterdive in the air and Bakris on the ground. Now we're talking about a straight up race from point A to point B. The top tree Dawnblade and the Stasis Titan would win that. But when it comes to juking an enemy with quick movements or to get out of a bad situation, I think the Hunter has more options and is stronger when it comes to doing that. Now the first thing that plays into this is by using the Mask of Bakris. Most players use this to get out of fights, which is why in my opinion I think a lot of people think it isn't very powerful, because obviously the Hunter dodge does that incredibly well already and it has a far shorter cooldown of only 11 seconds if you have 100 mobility. Mask of Bakris adds 10 to that. So if you're only using it to get out of fights, I feel like you won't get the full potential out of using Mask of Bakris. The way that I would think is the far better way of using it is to push someone aggressively with this helmet. Use it as a way to push into fights, push around corners, and think of ways to surprise enemies out of nowhere. And using a shotgun is one of the most effective ways to use this helmet in my opinion right now. Now there's two comparisons from other games out there that I think could help you guys understand how I use this helmet at least, and give you a better understanding how to use it. Now one example is Wraith's tactical ability from Apex Legends. Now, a lot of times players use it to push aggressively into a room with the Wraith tactical ability and catch enemies off guard, kind of similar to what I just said. Now, the way the Wraith one works is that you use your tactical, you basically become immune, and you can go wherever you want and surprise people out of nowhere. Now, Mask of Bakris is similar to that. It's more of a immediate teleport into a direction, but it is very similar in the idea that you cover quite a lot of ground and they usually can't shoot you. If you get sniped out of this or shotgun out of this, it's usually because they got a little lucky and they happen to shoot where you were. So usually you are not able to be shot and they can't really see where you're going. I think that is one of the greatest ways to use it, and if you need to, you can use it to escape a bad situation, but I would only do that if you absolutely need to. Because of the longer cooldown, I would try to use it mostly aggressively, so I think that you get more out of it. Another way to look at it is like the juke move from Madden. Now, I know it's a really weird example because Madden is not a shooting game, but the way I see it is that the way you use the juke move in Madden is to change directions on an enemy quickly and catch them off guard and surprise them, essentially breaking their ankles. That's the whole idea of it. So you can make someone think you're going in a certain direction and then immediately change it up and teleport the opposite way, and then you'll be behind them and they will have no idea where you are, and you basically have a free kill now. Now, a great example of this right here, I'll show a clip in slow motion of where I was being chased by a spectral blades and he was right behind me about to kill me. So what I did to get out of this was immediately use the shift teleport to go backwards behind him, and he ran out of it and I got the kill on him. Now I did die right after, but you can see how you can implicate this whole idea of using it as like a juke move from Madden, like a back juke from Madden, to escape a fight and break their ankles and all of a sudden be behind them. And it is incredibly powerful, and I could have got all three enemies in this clip, but even then at the end of the day in a trials match, if I can somehow kill a spectral blades, that is incredibly huge for your team. Now in most of these clips I did not have the slow dodge effect active yet on my subclass, but you can unlock that now obviously, and it does pair with Mask of Bakris, and that makes it even easier to break your opponent's ankles and juke them, because not only will you surprise them and be somewhere where they don't even know where you are, they also can't turn around in time to get to you half of the time. So in my opinion, when you pair Bakris with the slow effect, it is pretty much impossible to counter and very broken sometimes, for sure. Now the second thing is Shatterdive. The main thing you need to remember when it comes to Shatterdive is that there is no cooldown at all when it comes to Shatterdive. No cooldown. Just keep that in mind when you're using Shatterdive, which means you can spam it a lot. And when I see people using Shatterdive, I never see people using it as a mobility option. And I promise you, it 100% is a mobility option. You can use it in so many different ways, and it also has damage resistance while you're doing the slam. I've heard it's about 40% damage reduction, but don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure. So the way I like to use Shatterdive is as an in-air dodge, essentially. You can use it to jump across and go in the air in a doorway and then slam across the doorway to avoid sniper lanes and immediately get to the other side. You will very rarely get sniped while you're doing this. Or you can use it to bait someone into a shotgun fight by straight lining them in the air and then immediately slam backwards to shoot at them. So basically what I'm saying is that you can use it in any direction, exactly like a hunter dodge. You can be running straight and slam backwards. So you can slam backwards to use a primary weapon to get a free cleanup on them because they'll be running at you mindlessly with a shotgun. On top of all of this, there's another thing that a lot of people forget about, is that even if they're not frozen, the Shatterdive does 50 damage to people. 50 damage to people, which means you can ape someone in the air and Shatterdive after every single shotgun fight to avoid being shot while also cleaning them up with 50 damage. So if you don't one-shot them, you can shotgun, they'll be a little bit hurt, and then if you Shatterdive, they'll probably miss, and then you'll slam and they will die because you'll do 50 damage. So basically, if you do the shotgun Shatterdive in the air every single time, basically you're adding free 50 damage to your shotgun every time you shoot it. So just let that sink a bit. That is incredibly powerful, and I don't see anyone using it like that, and I'll show clips of me doing this. And then lastly, I think it makes jump sniping more viable on hunters, since you can jump in the air and take a sniper shot and then immediately Shatterdive after to avoid another enemy sniper shot back at you. So this basically takes the risk out of jump sniping, in my opinion, because you can jump in the air, and the whole idea that why people don't do it is because you jump in the air. If you miss, there's a good chance you will miss. You're a sitting duck and a free kill. Well, you can shoot and then immediately Shatterdive, and there's no risk. You're out of the fight. And I have a lot of clips of me doing this, and it's actually incredibly powerful. It's a bit hard to pull off the timing of it, I guess. So overall, if you pair both these mobility options together, you're an extremely target to keep track of, and you're extremely hard to hit if they can even track you. Already, I've been using this for like 2 or 3 weeks now, and I've already had multiple messages on PlayStation claiming that I'm a hacker. So that shows you how powerful and annoying all of this when you combine it together is. So a couple other examples I can think of is you can use the Bakris to teleport into a fight and do the Glacier Grenade Shatterdive Slam. It works extremely well, and honestly, it's pretty much impossible to counter. Using Bakris as your super is also extremely effective. You can basically teleport into an open spot and just immediately pop the super, and they can't counter it. It's like using Blade Barrage with a teleport ability. You can just straight up teleport into a room that you normally couldn't have run into and just use your super. It's a free super kill every time pretty much with Bakris. And then lastly, one recommendation I would say is that you can pair Salvation Grip greatly with this whole subclass. I don't see people using it a lot, but basically the way it works is you jump in the air, Salvation's Grip, charge it up quickly, shoot it relatively close to somebody because it has a very big radius. You actually don't need to hit them with the crystal. It'll still freeze them if they're near the crystal. So basically, jump in the air, charge it up, freeze someone by shooting it near them, and then immediately Shatterdive them. It is so strong and really annoying. And honestly, when I'm using it like that, I feel like I'm in my super almost. It is incredibly powerful. But yeah, I know it's a lot, guys, and I hope I showed a lot of clips to explain and help understand what I'm talking about here. But I think that the Revenant subclass is incredibly agile, and I don't think people are using it properly, honestly. And we'll see if Bungie ever does add a cooldown to Shatterdive. I think they will at some point. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do want to see more Destiny 2 console gameplay like this in the future, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.
Strength in numbers, Guardian. Excellent. my respect, Hunter. Hold strong, and this battle is yours. Let them come. This is their fate. Victory imminent. 1 minute. Won't be long now. Double down. Fight forever, Guardian! Sound tactics bring victory. Hard-fought victory, Guardian.